This is Hanford, California. When I grew up, it was out in the great cultural void of the San Joaquin Valley between Fresno and Bakersfield. Wonderful, wonderful place to grow up. My mom was a teacher, not a music teacher, but she used playing piano a lot in educating. She started out in a one-room schoolhouse, with toddlers to geeky farm boys. And my sister was really musical too, so we had a household with music in it. My father was really a commercial artist by trade, and he worked in all kinds of mediums. One of his specialties was dressing windows like they did in the old days. You go down a main street of a small town and all the windows had displays in them. And I was really encouraged to tinker. Here's the old iron. Go ahead and take it. Don't plug it in, but take it apart. And so really, nice and supportive in that regard. I began playing guitar, of course, to impress a girl. I think anybody that said otherwise would probably not be forthright about it. And really prosaic, bucolic, agricultural at the time. I couldn't wait to get away. So, first trip to Santa Cruz was when I wanted a trip from selling subscriptions to the Fresno be my job, my bicycle paper route. And when I got to Santa Cruz, I decided on the spot, I'm going to move here. My first project was in '67 when I had this epiphany about people making guitars. I had a harmony, an all mahogany harmony, kind of an OM shape, and $47.50. And it took a long time to pay that off, but I took it apart. And fast forward to 1970, and then '71 when I moved into Santa Cruz. I was playing professionally at the time, and my guitar was stolen. And I went to the music store and found this beautiful 65 Epiphone Texan from Kalamazoo, and I had to have it, but I didn't have any money. And they didn't finance, but they sent me down the street to a street front finance place. Like give them your wedding ring and get $200 or something. Well, I didn't have a wedding ring, but I hit it off with a manager. He said, "Oh, you play guitar?" "Well, I make guitars." And so before we even started in on the application for the loan, I said, "Well, what day of the week would be convenient for me to come over in the evening and learn how to make guitars?" And that was Bruce McGuire. And in the same town, by good fortune, was Jim Patterson. And Jim built steel string guitars in the Martin style, and Bruce was a classical builder, and I got a really good, let's say, kind of a nice cross-reference in styles of building from that. My heart was in steel string, and that's what I wanted to do. Between Bruce and Jim, I really got a good foundation. I'd grown up with the woodworking, and so I understood woodworking, understand, graphics, design, the golden mean, how things should work visually. And I just was in heaven, and from just the very beginnings, I knew that's what I wanted to do.